Alright guys, ¿qué pasa? Welcome back to another Bleach Soul Resonance video. So we're going to talk about the new limited Bankai Ichigo today. Now this is currently the only limited character you're able to pull, and yes, you are seeing this right. I only did a 10 pull and it was literally just there, and I thought, yo, I can start saving these and these. Like that was a crazy pull actually. So glad actually this one worked out well. Now the question is, should you actually pull for him, and should you actually try and grab his limited stamp as well? Now those are questions over questions. Yeah, let me quickly jump over to characters. Right now, when you initially start the game, right, you get the where is he, the is it this one here? Yeah, is this one. Initially you're gonna get this Ichigo, right? This is going to be the first one you're having free to play, right? And then later on down the line you will actually get this one. Now from a free to play perspective, right, this character is actually enough, right, to get you to quite some time through the game, right? You're gonna be able to reach him with the right team, obviously, right? There is a recommendation page here, by the way, and you can see what kind of team you're actually ideally supposed to run with that character to maximize the potential, what to focus on or whatever, right? So this is going to be very, very useful, right? So he's going to be a main DPS character for quite some time, just in case you don't want to summon, like, for example, you want to save up for a specific character, right? Now, having said that, as of now, the Bankai Ichigo is the single most best DPS currently in the game, period. Like, drawing this character is actually going to make the entire game significantly easier, right? You're going to be able to decimate content without much difficulties at all, right? Especially if you have like Byakuya, for example. Even without having Kisuke or Ohara, it's going to be enough, right? You're going to be able to run, for example, Bankai Ichigo with, for example, Byakuya and Orihime, or you're running Bankai Ichigo with, say, for example, Uryu, yeah, alongside, where is she, Yachiru, right? So that's going to be combinations which all are going to work, right? If you're F2P if you're like a F2P player, right, and you wanted to save up currency, right? Now the thing with Ichigo, he doesn't require essentially dupes, right? He's a character you can just leave him on his own, right? Just get a single copy of him, and that's more than enough, right? You're gonna be able to just blast through content, right? You do not, and I explicitly mentioned this, you do not need copies from this character. Generally speaking, anyone knowing these type of games knows that the more a game progresses, right? In the beginning, you always have these crazy characters, right, which are limited, right? The first DPS characters always get outdated very quickly, right? That's just the cycle of life of these kind of games, right? So grabbing some of these dupes, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me, right? Now, as for his weapon, right, that's a different story. Now, if you're free to play, grabbing, for example, the Sundering Slash is going to be enough, right? This is actually going to seal the deal, and is actually enough for Bankai Ichigo, right? Because this one will basically increase the base attack, for example. There is other alternatives as well. Let me quickly see what else do we have. This one's for Yachiru, by the way. Where is something else, right? Character's base HP, that is no good for him. This one is for Rukia. There is one for base attack increase, right, which is going to be this one. This one, by the way, failed on Byakuya. Yeah, okay, there is no other real alternative, to be honest, right? This one, again, is going to be the best option for this Ichigo. Now, let's quickly take a look at his premium stamp. Now the stamp here, let's quickly check this one out. Now this one here gives him a huge increase to his crit rate, 15% increased crit rate, which is going to be huge. On top of that, when he releases his special attacks, he will summon 2 after images to attack the target on top, right, dealing total damage of equal to 100% of the special attack damage, right? This also counts as a special attack. So essentially, you're grabbing a lot of damage increase just by having his premium stamp. Now that is an argument in itself, right? Speaking definitely of about getting it, I personally probably will try to grab it, right? One of these is going to be enough. However, there is an alternative which you can also grab from the, where is it? Let's quickly go over to the challenges. No, it's on trial, and you're going to be able to grab it from here, I believe. Let's quickly see. Is it there? There it is. Now, this one is also going to be one of those you can actually use if you can manage to grab it from here, right? Because while holofied, the counter button can be manually tapped to launch counter attacks, for example. While holofied, Ichigo's crit rate increases by 15%. Manually releasing counter attacks increases the crit rate bonus to 25% and also increases the counter attack damage by 60%. Now, having said that, you will need to be able to counter. Now, that is not always as easy as being said, right? So this is going to be the alternative alternative 6-star stamp you're going to be able to grab for him, right? Definitely a choice which you can make. This one here is going to be for Ikaku. Is there another one? No, there is no other option really from these ones here. Okay, so again, this is going to be the other alternative. Now, if you go over to his, let me quickly go over to Ichigo again. There is also a recommendation here. Again, the Sundering Slash is going to be the main, let's say, alternative feature you're able to use, which I'm using, for example. And you also have this one here, right? Gather up 13 Court Guard squads, right? Each time a special attack is dealt, triggers one additional attack of the same type, dealing equal to 25% damage of the current special attack, right? This is also going to be a good card, but again, this one here and this one here is going to be the best, right? And as for set, obviously the Rising Black Moon, I think this is no secret. When you're trying to equip the Ichigo with stamps, you definitely want to go with the Rising Black Moon Domination. Now, don't watch these substats for the beginning, right? Obviously, there is a lot of farming to be done here as well, because you're going to be able to grab all of these on high rarity as well later down the road. But as of now, this is going to be the way it is, right? Now, again, my recommendation is just grab one character, right? Don't make the mistake of actually going full in and trying to grab 5-6 copies of him. It doesn't make sense. It is not needed at all, right? I currently have one copy of him without his signature stamp, right? And I'm dealing tons of damage, like literally tons of damage. And you can, by the way, anytime check out his gameplay yourself, right? When you go to character trial currently, he's available here, right? You can go to trial and actually just use him and see what he's able to do, right? That is a nice thing about the current trial system. I love, by the way, how they implemented stuff like this from other similar gacha games, which is huge, right? So yeah, that's going to be my recommendation. Grab him, but only once, right? Definitely one of the, I wouldn't say must pull characters, right? He's definitely a good character, but he's not a must pull, right? You can actually blast through the game as of now without him. Obviously, talking about endgame content, you probably will require characters which are as good as him. I mean, these games are by default designed so you're able to actually, with some or a lot difficulties, able to clear endgame content with 4-star characters only, but grabbing him is definitely a good choice. But yeah, let me know down below in the comment sections what you think about this Bankai Ichigo, and did you manage to pull him? Also let me know, and as always, thanks for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Until next time.